Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out the Beauty Glazed Mysterious Eyeshadow Palette. So this cost me £3.84. I got it from the Beauty Glazed official store on Aliexpress. So a lot of people have been saying that they believe that this palette is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Mercury in retrograde. I don't know if it's retrograde, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, people have been saying that they believe it's a dupe. So I have a image of the Huda Beauty palette right here, just so that we can kind of compare. I mean, I know it's difficult because this is a photo and it's like a teeny tiny size, so I understand, like, probably not the best way to compare. But do you know what, why don't I compare first and then I will let you know what I think, and then I'll pop a picture up above and you can decide, because I just think that would probably be the best idea. So I am looking at both images, and although I do think that there are some differences, particularly with the mattes, so I don't necessarily think it's like 100% dupe, but I kind of think that they've definitely tried for it to be a dupe. It's not 100% dupe because some of the shades are not quite there, but I do believe that they have intended for this to be a dupe, if that makes sense. So I really did like the look of the Huda Beauty palette. It was probably the one kind of Huda Beauty palette out of them all that I was so tempted to buy. And I say, like, so tempted to buy, like, if I had the money. Like, if I had the money, then maybe I would have bought it, but I think it's something like £64, which, I mean, for an eyeshadow palette, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's like my weekly food shop, so I just can't, like, I cannot do that. So for me, this is the kind of next best thing. We are going to try out the palette today. I'm going to do a little bit of a dibble dabbling, create a look, and I will tell you kind of what my thoughts are on the eyeshadows. I can't compare the quality to that of the Huda Beauty palette because, like we all know, I'm a budget bitch. There's no way I'm getting my hands on the Huda Beauty palette, but I can just, you know, give my thoughts on this palette. I did go ahead and do the swatches last night because I wanted to kind of be prepared for the video, and boy was I impressed with the swatches. I was so impressed. I was impressed with the mattes, but I was mostly impressed with the shimmers. So they do claim that the shimmers in this palette are called foiled shimmers, meaning that they're extremely soft. When you swatch them, they just kind of melt into your skin. I am going to put the video up now so that you can kind of, you know, see the swatches as I'm talking. But yeah, I did think that the shimmers are some of the most beautiful that I've ever come across, honestly. I can't imagine that Huda Beauty's would have been that much better. The mattes really impressed me, in the sense that, like, the mattes really impressed me. They were so soft and buttery. It actually got me thinking, are these like actually like a cream formula, because they just did not feel like powders. And I don't think they're like 100% powder because they just went on so cream-like. They were also nicely pigmented for the most part, so really happy with the mattes. But for me, the shimmers is what really impressed me. You'll see in the swatches, they're just so shiny, so metallic. I think that they would just work beautifully as highlighters. They would give you that complete kind of, you know, wet look, sheen look on your face. I absolutely love the shades as well. They were very cool toned for the most part, which, if you know anything about me, you'll know I'm a cool toned hoe. Oh my gosh, that sounds wrong, but I'm a cool toned lover is what I am. So yeah, I mean, overall, I'm super impressed with the swatches. It's just made me all the more excited to try out this palette, which we are going to do now. We're on it. So I am going to begin today with, I'm going to go in with this shade, which is called Ember. It's kind of like a beigey, I don't know what shade it is. I'm not going to try to describe it. It's this one right here. So I'm going to take my brush. So this is by Morphe. It's quite a fluffy kind of crease brush. I'm just going to dip right in. We're going to get this reviewer started right now. So I have tried quite a few Beauty Glazed eyeshadow palettes at this point in my Aliexpress career. It's not a career, it's just a shopping addiction. But, you know, if calling it a career makes it okay in my mind, then it's a career. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I've tried a lot of not only Beauty Glazed eyeshadow palettes, but I've tried a lot of Beauty Glazed kind of makeup in general, and I'm always rather impressed. There's been a couple of, like, you know, disappointments, but for the most part I think the quality is exceptional when you consider the super, you know, affordable what I was trying to say was affordable, the super affordable kind of low prices. So I'm hoping that this palette is going to be no different. Guys, do you own a Huda Beauty palette? Like, if you do own one, could you let me know in the comments, is it worth the money? Because they just seem so expensive. And I know that, like, you know, Urban Decay palettes are expensive, but not quite as expensive as Huda Beauty. I just feel like, why are they so expensive? Like, why? Do they make you a coffee in the morning? Do they give you compliments as you're applying them? Tell you, yeah, bitch, you're doing a great job there. That blending is on point. Yes, bitch. I mean, really. Anyway, guys, oh my gosh. So I really like how this is looking. We have a lot of pigmentation going on. It was absolutely so easy just to blend. I definitely do feel that these powders are kind of like hybrid cream powders, because they remind me an awful lot of the Novo soft lasting eyeshadow. You know that oh my gosh, it would have been great if that had come at another moment. Just like, I don't know, if I said yes bitch yes and then oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, so yeah, it reminds me a lot of the Novo kind of creamy eyeshadows. I bet I could even just use my finger, and I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to dip my finger in that same shadow that we've just applied, and I'm just going to kind of blend it in with my finger. Yeah, like, you could definitely apply these shadows with your finger if you did not have a brush. I think you could kind of get them on there just fine, you know, and looking acceptable. Okay, so guys, great. Okay, so next we are going to this shade here, which is called Romantic. This is a beautiful kind of like dusky rose kind of shade, with like almost like a hint of like purple almost. Okay, so you do get a lot of kick up, just to mention, with these shadows. Can you see? Like, you do get quite a lot of powder kick up, but yeah, that's okay. So I'm going to just tap off the excess, and we're going to go in again. Oh my gosh, so the other day at work, I was in the kitchen just making myself a coffee, you know, in the morning, and I spotted a tiny little like baby slug, and I was like, holy shit, like, I've got to rescue the slug, because, like, I mean, number one, how did he even get up here? This is a first floor kitchen. But then number two, I thought, well, there's nowhere for him to go. Someone's definitely going to come and step on him by accident, of course, in a minute. So I kind of picked him up in a kind of paper towel, and I was kind of holding him there with him in my hand, and he was like very visible, because I didn't want to like cover him up, because my plan was I was going to take him out to the garden so that he could, you know, be back outside again. So I had him in this little paper towel, and someone came over to me. They're like, Anwen, they were talking to me. I can't remember what it was about, but they were asking me something, and I was like stood there thinking, I have a baby slug like in my hand here. Like, have they not noticed this? Like, how have they not noticed that I have a baby slug like in my hand? And they were just like chatting away. But I was like, holy shit, Brenda, like, seriously, look. Can you not see I'm in the middle of something here? I have this baby slug to take back outside. I mean, why are you even insisting on talking to me right now? Anyway, so then finally, like, Brenda went, and then someone else came as I was on my way out. I'm thinking, oh, holy fuck, Mark. I'm trying to get this baby slug out. Do you think I enjoy standing here with a baby slug in my hand? No! It's because I'm on a mission. Seriously, like, I just think people are so unobservant these days, you know. Everyone's kind of wrapped up. And I get it, you know, everyone's busy. People are just, you know, trying to do a million and one things, but you know, if someone had a baby slug in their hand, do you not think you would notice? Maybe they just think, oh my gosh, yes, there's Anwen with the baby slug. That makes perfect sense, you know. Maybe that's just her new pet she just brought into work for the day. I mean, what were they even thinking? Anyway, guys, so, oh my gosh, I'm really, really liking these shadows so far. They're just so easy to work with. If you don't feel like you're the best blender in the world, maybe you're new to makeup, if you've got older kind of, you know, skin around your eyes and you just worry about just blending in general, I think that this palette would be a really user-friendly one to go for, you know. Okay, so guys, next, because I feel like we need to throw a little bit of colour at this look, I am going to go in with, well, I definitely want to use like this kind of really beautiful cool toned kind of silvery blue shade. I really want to use this on the lid. So I think, I mean, I'm going to go in with a bit of this darker shade, and I'm just going to like put that just on the outer situation, and then, you know, up into the crease. So I'm just going to dig right in there. I'm going to tap off the excess. I mean, I like that shade. It's kind of like a plummy shade. It definitely doesn't come off as dark on the lid after you've blended it out as it looks in the palette. But I am liking it. It's almost like an aubergine shade. I was a little bit hesitant to go in with this shade because I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to just be a little bit maybe too warm toned for this look. But I actually really, really like it. By the way, this brush that I'm using is by Kaleidos Makeup, and I really, really like it. It's just the perfect, you know, kind of smaller detail kind of brush. I'm just going to pack this colour on just in the outer V. Okay, so there we go. I do need to kind of refine that a little bit. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush and I'm just going to go, I'm actually going to dip back in to this shade here. I'm just going to take a little bit on this fluffy brush and I'm just going to, like, these are quite powdery, which is odd considering that I think that they may be cream formula, like that's strange. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of blend that deeper shade into my crease using this brush. Okay, so we are next going to go under the eye, and I am going to go in with, again, this beautiful kind of dark shade. I'm going to put that kind of on the outer bit of my under eye, and then we're going to kind of work it in with this beautiful kind of rosy pink shade, and we're just going to kind of blend the two together and create a smoked out under eye. I think that those two shades really, really complement one another, so I'm really liking that. Okay, so we're next going to go in with the shimmer just to kind of finish off the whole look, and I am going to go in with this beautiful, beautiful lady. She's so soft. Look at that. I mean, could you ask for more? Could you? I think not. This is a cool tone shadow, but it actually has a bit of warmth to it. I just think this is so gorgeous. So I'm going to just first go in with my finger. Like a lot of the time with a shimmer, I would apply a wet finger or a wet brush, but I don't think that I'm going to have to kind of wetten this up because I just have a feeling it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful shade. I really, really love it. Oh my gosh, I'm really feeling this. I really, really love it. I'm just going to dip a little bit in my tiny little brush, and I'm just going to use that to kind of, you know, blend that kind of meeting point between the mattes and then this shimmer. Oh my gosh, guys, she's gorgeous. I am just going to see how fabulous we can get her to look. So I am just going to wet my finger just with my spit. Of course, I know you don't see this over at Nikki Tutorials channel, do you? But we're not at Nikki Tutorials channel anymore. We're just not. I mean, she would be trying out the actual Huda Beauty palette, but, you know, oh well. Good for her. I'm just joking, guys. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna like, oh no, I was gonna like plop my finger on, but then I realised, I mean, you're being lazy. So I'm not gonna just like, you know, plop my finger on. Actually, I'm gonna go into this shade here, which is called Petal. And I'm just gonna pop my brush in there. And then we're gonna pop this on the inner corner. Yeah, you would definitely know what I mean. Like, if you were to like dip your finger in these shimmers, you will definitely, I think, like me, suspect that they're a cream kind of formula, because they just feel creamy and dreamy. Creamy and dreamy. I just love them. Okay, so I have done the one eye. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do the other eye, and I'll be back to give you like my final thoughts on the palette. But I have a pretty good feeling that you're probably going to know what I'm going to say. But I mean, I'm going to come back anyway, show you the final look, and just like give you my final little bit of a run through. But anyway, I'll see you in a sec. I almost forgot to do my mascara. Could you believe it, guys? Like, literally almost forgot. I was just about to say, okay, so there we go, guys. The look is done. I was like, oh, holy shit, the mascara. Shit. Hello there. So I am back. I've done the other eye now. So I have the whole eye look complete. Unless I have a third eye that I'm just not aware of. I mean, really, could you imagine, guys? But anyway, so this is the look. I absolutely love it, without sounding like I'm just like tooting my own makeup horn. Can you imagine? Just like, oh my gosh, I love my work. I adore what I've created. I mean, that sounds extremely kind of up one's own ass. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, guys, I am here. Like, my hair's pissing me off. Can you tell? I just thought I would wear it down, because I thought, oh my gosh, it'll make it look like I just made more of an effort just having my hair down. But you and I both know I've not even brushed it. I've literally had it up in a bun all morning. And like, now here it is down, and it does not know what to do with itself. So I'm just gonna like go like, what could I do? Just like this. Okay, so guys, so I think it was very clear from the kind of review. This is the review, Amanita. What are you even talking about? But no, I think it's very clear, like throughout the video, that I was really, really impressed with this eyeshadow palette. I am I'm still so impressed with it, believe it or not. I think it's extremely good quality considering it costs under £4, like under £4. Even if this palette costs £10, I would still be saying I think this is a really good quality for a palette that costs £10. So I would definitely recommend you give it a go if you are interested in it. I would have to say that I was at most enamoured with the foiled shimmers. They perform just like you would expect a cream to perform. You know, like Maybelline used to do those little like metallic eye pots. They felt a lot like that, and I think they look a lot like that. They've got a lot of like shine, a lot of metallicness to them. They were so easy to apply. You could just apply them with your finger. I am deeply impressed by those. I think that, you know, they could send over that formula to Maybelline, L'Oreal, Rimmel, anyone else that makes palettes, just anyone, probably even Huda Beauty. Just send over that formula and say, here you go. Now pay me £1 million. Do you know what I mean? But it is really, really good. I thought the mattes were beautiful as well. Blended really, really nicely, although they didn't perform like your traditional powder matte formula, because they definitely had a lot more kind of butteriness to them. They just felt a lot more creamy, but then judging by like the actual powder kickoff, I would say actually they were powder. But yeah, I just don't know how they did that unless it's just like the softest powder ever. I would definitely recommend this palette to you. I'm definitely going to be using it a lot more because it's got a lot of these cooler toned shades that I just go crazy for, but very little I'm treated to. So I think this palette is a huge hit. I would 100% recommend if you are thinking of buying this, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, those shades, yes, I'm a cool toned hoe too, I could definitely get down with them, then I don't think you could go wrong. I think you should treat yourself. Like, and I don't want to be like promoting consumerism and all that kind of thing, but yeah, I think you would love this palette. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. I think if I said much more, I would just be repeating myself. So I am going to go. Oh shit, don't you just hate that when you've, you know, gone to the effort of wearing like a necklace or a choker and it just fucking spins round and you're just like, holy shit. This is why I very rarely wear a necklace or a choker, because I just don't trust them. I don't like the way they just spin around, exposing the chain and the clasp. I was just like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Could you imagine if your makeup just started doing that? Just, well, it does actually, doesn't it? It does. It just flecks off halfway down your face. And if you're anything like my bottom lash mascara, you stamp all over. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.